thank you again for attending the Visualizing Your Future, a workshop for planning. Adriana and myself are co-hosts of this event. It's going to be a creative opportunity for us. We are going to be taking a look at our goals. We're talking about the future. We're talking about what our want, what we need, what we're aiming for, and what we're going to focus on. So whatever resonates with you today, it is supposed to be for you. So this is very tailored to what you want to do. And I am a big proponent in looking at and writing down things that I want. Um, it's just funny how like things come back around after, you're like, oh, I wrote that down like 8 years ago and look at me, I did it now. And we are going to be utilizing a digital medium. Of course, if you have physical space, if you have, the artistic supplies to do it, definitely are welcome to. But we'll be actually going through how to utilize Canva. So we'll get to that in a bit. But first off, we're going to start off with SMART goals. So let me just see some reactions. Hands up, heart, yes. Have you ever heard of SMART goals before or utilized SMART goals in the past? All right, so we got a few people who have. Awesome, awesome. Perfect, a few more. Great, 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 great. So this is not something that is a secret to some. It's definitely pretty easy and obtainable for you to utilize in your own space. So of course, if you haven't utilized it, that is not a problem. We're going to go through it today. So when you're creating your goals, we want to use the acronym SMART. S is be specific. What exactly are you trying to achieve? So this could be something, the vague option would be like, I wanted to get a degree. And the specific option is, I want to get a bachelor's degree in microbiology. You see how that's a little different between I want a degree and what specifically you're asking for or looking to get? Measurable. How will you know when you achieve this goal? Um, this was something you want to tie to something that's measurable, something that's able to track is also a great way. I've heard about this before. So some things are easier to track than others, like time. You have a calendar. I want to get my bachelor's degree in microbiology by, May, end of May 2027. Perfect. Awesome. We can do that. That is a measurable option. If you're looking at more of a feelings option, that might be a little bit harder to track, but it is able to track it. You are able to track it. So if you're like, I want to feel confident in this role that I have, then we need to start tracking confidence. We need to start tracking like positivity, what is making you feel confident, that type of thing. And so emotions are a little bit harder to track, but they are able to track them. So definitely don't think that just because it's not tied to some tangible, measurable thing, that it's not able to be tracked and part of your SMART goals. We can work that out. Attainable. How do you genuinely know this is possible to achieve? So using my example of microbiology in a bachelor's in microbiology degree, is this obtainable for me, Loyola Rankin? No, I don't like biology. Don't get me wrong, it's a very fascinating subject. Like I definitely dabbled in a little bit in undergrad, but I am not interested enough to like be passionate about it. I find it fascinating. I find people who are interested in microbiology very fascinating people too. But is it attainable for me? Probably not, because I just know that's not something that I want, nor is it something that I'm interested in personally. So if you want to say Something that is obtainable could be something that you see yourself doing. That is a great way to measure that too, of like, do you genuinely know this is a possibility? Another way we can look at obtainability is also on measurable. So I want to get my bachelor's degree in microbiology. Again, let's just pretend. Um, by May of 2024. That's not going to happen because you need 4 years of, undergrad, a bachelor's degree, at least 4 years to get a degree, a bachelor's degree. So again, is it obtainable? Is your timeline measurable enough? That's what we want to talk about too. Not only can you do it personally, but also is it obtainable in the structure that you're setting up? This one you also want to think about of like, do not set yourself up for failure. So when you think of obtainable or when you put that marker on your goals, try not to set yourself up for failure. Like it's just not, no one's going to have a good time. You're not going to have a great time like relating to your goals and feeling confident if you're setting yourself up for failure and this is not obtainable. Um, R is relevant. How does this contribute to your overall plan? So, we're talking about different levels of goals, right? So your overarching goal is like, I want to be a microbiologist scientist who studies plankton in the, Pacific area. That is my overall goal. Getting a bachelor's in microbiology would be relevant to that overall goal. So you want to make sure that your goal that you set is connected to an overall goal, like you're making those steps. It's always helpful to think of people who've like reached their goals and they're like, great, I did it, awesome. And then they're like, now what? I always think of the fish from Finding Nemo, right? Because their goal was to get out of the tank and their goal was to like get to the ocean. And the puffer fish at the end is like, okay, now what? So yeah, definitely make sure your goals are stacked and have an overall arching theme and relevant to what you're trying to do. T, time bound. So this kind of ties into measurable. When do you want to achieve this by? It's the same thing as measurable, or can be the same thing as measurable. There is some overlap there, which is fine. There's not a problem with that. Time bound is like, when do you want to achieve this by? A great example of this for me is always like, I want to walk every day, at least a mile. And then I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. Like I'm not feeling it right now. Or you might have had that experience where you're like, oh, I should start walking now. And then, it's like, well, I'll do it this after. I'll do it at noon because noon there's plenty of sun and everything. Or like, actually, I think I'm gonna do it after work. And then after work comes, and then it's like, oh, the sun's going down. I don't want to walk in the dark, so I'm actually not going to walk today. I'll do it tomorrow morning. And I'm not a morning person, so I'm like, why would you again set yourself up for failure? Because I know I'm not a morning person. That's not obtainable for me. Um, but you also want to again like put this in a time frame that works for you. Um, it's okay to say things go on the back burner. That's fine. Life happens. There's nothing wrong with that. But you also want to make sure you're putting a little bit of a boundary so it doesn't become this like back of your mind. I'd love to do that someday, but you never really get to it. Um, and that kind of gives it that tangibility. It becomes something that you're actively doing instead of passively like, yeah, if that ever happened, that'd be cool. um, and so that is the SMART goals. This is what we're going to be working on here for a couple of minutes. I did email out the SMART goals worksheet. It's in the email that you use to register. And we're going to take 15 minutes to work on our SMART goals together. Let me stop my share here. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. I won't sing the whole time, I promise.
All right, so hopefully you got to really utilize that 15 minutes to really jot down your thoughts and get everything organized, and or if you weren't able to fill out the whole worksheet, that's totally fine too. There's no pressure here. This is supposed to be a chill time just to kind of help you get motivated to really jot down and get down and break down to your goals and everything that you want to do. So like Loyola mentioned, we're going to be using Canva for the next part of our workshop. So this is really going to be utilized for you to use the worksheet that you just did and to put some visualization to it. So it's almost going to be like a vision board almost, but you're going to just, put some stuff down onto the Canva board that resonates with you, that'll help you visualize your goals and just everything that we went through with the SMART goals, the timing, is it relevant, what's the realistic part of it, what are the steps, and just the different things. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that, just a little walkthrough. So let me stop sharing just for a second again. All right, so how many of you have worked with Canva before? Just a general hands up or thumbs up or something, just to show if this is your first time working with Canva, that's all good as well. It's going to be a relatively easy process to go through. Canva is one of our best friends as coaches as we work to make content and everything, but even like your personal life as well. There's a lot of amazing things about Canva that you can do, but for this purpose, we're going to use it to create our vision board. So really quickly, make sure everybody has this link in. So it's just going to be canva.com. Oh, thank you. So I'll give everybody a few minutes just to click onto that link, and what you're going to do next as well is to create a free account. So everybody will have access to that. It's free, so you don't have to pay for anything, and it'll give you all the basic necessities with Canva to complete this exercise. And then if you want to maybe purchase the premium or what is it, Premium Plus or whatever, you're more than welcome to do that, but at a different time. But this time we're just going to use the free version. All right, so hopefully everybody was able to make their account. Can we just get a little visualization with a thumbs up just to make sure everybody was able to make their free account? Or maybe you already have an account and you're already a step ahead, and that's awesome. You're awesome. Okay, so let's see, still making one. Okay, that's totally fine. Resume. Alrighty, so now that we have our free accounts created, you're going to go over to this tab that says Create a Design. And immediately you're going to go right over to this little button here that says Custom Size. So you have the option to create a little document here with the dimensions. So we're going to give you the dimensions here, and it's up to you if you want to make it vertical, so going up and down, or if you want to make it horizontal, so if you want to read it this way. So the dimensions that we're going to give you for if you want to make it vertical, it's going to be 8 by 11. Is that correct?
18 and 24 inches.
1824. Okay, totally wrong. Sorry, I thought it was 8 by. Okay, 18 by 24 is going to be your dimensions if you want it to be vertical. But if you want it to be horizontal orientation, you're just going to flip those two numbers. So for horizontal, it's going to be 24 by 18. And these are crucial to get the dimensions right if you want to send it to us so that we can print it and then send it to you. Just make sure that the dimensions are correct.
And then in inches on that third. Yeah,
Yes, and
I
make
made that
sure that it
mistake.
isn't, yeah, make sure that it is in inches. Oh, 24 by 18. All right, and then after that, you're gonna hit the button that says create new design, and it's gonna create your blank document for you. So I chose to go with the horizontal route, but if you want to do vertical, you do you. Again, that's just gonna be 18 by 24. All right, has everybody got that down? Alrighty, so yeah, this is gonna be your blank piece of paper, basically. If we were to do this in person, it'd be cool. Like we could have like little magazine cutouts, newspaper cutouts, and everything to get the images, but we're virtual, so we have the use of technology here. And the really cool thing about Canva is that you can look up different images. So I believe you go over to design and you search for templates, or is it elements? Uploads, friends. Okay, it's going to be elements actually. So you can search in here for all kinds of different images, shapes, graphics, anything that you want to search it. So for example, let's just say, I don't know, I want to hike Mount Everest or something. So let's just say that you want to do that, and I want to add in some little images of boot prints here, just to kind of give myself some filler space here. And then there's some really cool images here that show hiking. Hiking is a really cool exercise to do, to get some really nice visuals there. If you do see the pro with the crown here, that does mean that it's not, you have to pay for the Canva Pro, so I'm not too sure why it's showing me all these. Hmm. Okay, I guess it's just in there in the mix, but the images you can use are the ones that don't have the pro with the crown on there. Those ones will be free. So like this cute little bear here, you can use that. If it does come with the crown, then it'll just have the watermark. And if you want to remove the watermark, that's when you have to get Canva Premium. But let's just use the ones that are free for now. So use this cute little bear. And then using that worksheet, you can also jot down some keywords here as well. So that's when you would just go over to the text tab, and you can use all these cool little fonts here as well. Or if you just want to use the general basic ones, you can go to click them. You can move them around. You can increase the text. You can change the color if you wanted to make them blue or something. Yeah, there's all these different things you can do here, and it's really easy to navigate once you get going, and you can get as creative as you want with this and really just make it to show and to help you visualize your smart sheet that you used. Loyola, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, if you click on the bear, you can actually edit the colors. So if you're like, that's a cool bear, but I don't like the backpack, you can click on that orange color square and change it to like blue
Mm-hmm.
or purple or whatever you do. Like, I think
Yeah.
that's what's really cool about Canva is like there's a lot of edit ability. Um, the
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also the option to if you go back to uploads on that side corner, like let's say you have a picture of you and your family and they are, the relevant part of Smart. Um, you can add that picture and, put little hearts around it. You can crop it. There's a really cool edit photo in that corner there, where you can take out the background if you wanted to, or change the color to black and white. Um, it's all really amazing stuff. And of course, you're not going to get like some really cool, um, like perfect things done since if you haven't used Canva before. So definitely play around a little bit first. That's totally okay. And that's kind of why we have this workshop open. Oh, that's a cute photo right there. I love that color now. It's great.
Hmm.
The other thing in design that Adriana was trying to show was the different templates. If you search like vision board or anything like that, it'll show, so you can like click any one of these and just add the photos or like what visually that looks like for you. Canva's going to keep trying for you to get to the paid portion. Just tell them no, I'm good. And if you want to like, if you're like, I'm good like with this design, but I want to start over, or I don't want to like delete it just yet, at the bottom of the page, there is add a new page. And so you can create a whole new design here. So if you're like, I don't want to like delete everything I just did, but I kind of want to start over, you can always add a page on the bottom. Um, and then combine the best bits, because I always do that too. Like it's like, I don't want to completely delete this. I think those of us that have done art in any kind of form are like, there's a lot of really good elements here. I like the color. I don't want to lose that little bear. I'm just going to hit a new page and then just keep going from there. And that's totally cool. That's fine.
Hmm.
Um, the other options too is like if you go to Google Images and you're like, well, Canva, I don't want to pay for your premium stuff. And you want to like upload a flower or let's say a rose. Um, just copy and paste images. That's always helpful. Um, and it'll automatically do the upload on your Canva uploads, which is always cool.
Yeah, definitely. And all everything that you upload, everything that you copy and paste, like Loyola said, it'll automatically upload, and you'll find that in this section here. So you can see some of the things from my previous job from what, 3 years ago. I guess I was using this account during that time. But yeah, they have some really cool templates already created. So if you have a hard time starting a project that's creative based like I do, you can always go off of a template and insert your own pictures here. So they already have it cut out and placed there, so you can just leave it there. Um, yeah, this is a cool picture, so I'll use that one.
And they say too, on the search bar, if you push the three lined icon, you can put free icons to be shown only. Oh, that's cool. It's like in the
Yeah,
top corner.
right here.
Yeah. Well, I think it's upper next to home. No, 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 sorry, under the three lines.
Oh, sorry.
Free shown only. Huh. You learn something new every day.
Hmm.
So yeah, there is a way to only see the free items. So don't feel like you have to pay for the good stuff. You can always, take images from other parts of the web. That's okay. The other thing you'll see here is like moving images, short videos. That's always cool if you want your vision board to remain virtual in the virtual space. Um, but if you do want it printed, like we are offering to do for y'all, um, make sure that you only have the stagnant ones because we won't be able to print the like moving function. Uh, it's funny I have to say that aloud because there have been times when people will try to print videos and they're like, why isn't the GIF playing? And I'm like, not how printing works. But yeah, so definitely feel free to play around. You can create patterns. One of the cool things is the copy and paste function or the duplicate. You can just click the one button and it duplicates everything. So if you're creating patterns, that's always helpful. The size also, if you want to like redo the sizes, that's great too. Let's see. So some people do have to head out. The recording won't be made available immediately. We do have to go through Zoom and like edit some portions, but once it is made available, we will share out the link through the recordings library. So definitely feel free to check back in if you would like at a later time. So yeah, so we will set the clock for 1 hour. Yes, MS Publisher was the one I used previously too. I was very familiar with that one. For sure, definitely like Canva better. Especially if you're like working student services and you're creating like flyers for events, or you're hosting a cakewalk, a raffle, a bingo, any type of that type of thing. The other cool thing with Canva is that you can create social media posts. So that's always awesome. If you want to do a new Facebook like header, if you want to do some post on Instagram, it'll give you those dimensions. So again, if you work in social media, that is a really great resource to utilize and play around with. But yeah, so let's set the clock for 1 hour. You can create with us. We're going to stick around and we will have the closing part of the event evaluation and tell you more about how to get this printed and sent directly to you. So Adriana, DJ AT.
All right, let me get the music started again.
Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much for your time. We deeply appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed DJ AT and taking the time, taking, space to actually sit down for yourself, for your goals, taking that time for you. It may seem selfish. You might have other responsibilities going on, but it's very important to for your headspace to like get things written down and organized, and it's always great to be creative. Like anytime you find the opportunity to be creative, please take it. We deeply appreciate the share out. Definitely appreciate y'all being open and honest and just sharing with one another. That is always lovely to hear. Okay, so I'm going to drop the event evaluation in the chat. Please feel free to complete it at your leisure. The first page is the attendee information and the evaluation of the event. Like, what did you like? What did you dislike? How can we improve? That type of thing. Honest feedback is always helpful. Please do feel free to take your time and like providing that feedback. We do look at these and I don't cry because I'm a big girl. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we do look at these. So yeah, definitely take your time going through the event evaluation. The second page of the event evaluation is optional. So if you would like for your vision board or your creation to be printed and emailed to you, or not emailed, sorry, that doesn't work, printed and sent to you, mailed to you, do complete the second portion or that second page. This is going to ask for your full name, like who are we addressing it to? That'll show up on your mailing package. Mailing address, where you can receive packages. So if this is a physical address, please make sure it's a place where you can receive packages. Also, we do need the full address. So street address, PO box address, apartment number, as well as the city, comma, state, and then the zip code. We do need the full address. If you put PO Box 37, I don't know where that is in the world. So definitely please ensure to put down the full mailing address. And then finally, that last option there is the link to your vision board. So we went over in Canva how to create the board. And using my example, let me just do a quick screen share. I'll show you how to share that link. So up in the corner here, it's share. Only you can access this. Please do anyone with the link. This is just to make sure that if there's anything that we need to like edit, if something goes too far over or for whatever reason, there is no judgment on what your board looks like. All we're looking for is what to print. So copy link. Again, anyone with the link, copy link. And then in your event evaluation, put it right in here. Oops. Oh, this is the actual thing. Let's see. No, wait, because then I have to do the whole thing, huh? Put it in that last bit. I think it's the question number 8 will ask for the link to the survey. So put it right in here. Just click it and paste the link. That way, when we do get it printed, we are printing it horizontally or vertically based on your specifications. The company that we utilize to print it will need that information. So that's kind of why it's important that we have the actual link. And then you click done and it'll submit. If you are not interested in having this printed, you do not need to just put NA in these options and we won't send it. And so you could have that in your Canva account in a virtual space, in a digital space. Some people prefer that. If you, again, only if you want it printed. This is not a requirement. So yeah, so that's a little bit about the event evaluation. Thank you all so much for your time, your energy, your creativity. Thank you very much, and you all have a wonderful time. Thank you.